Have you ever tried to fix a tiny, annoying problem only to watch it instantly explode into a massive, tangled mess? Corporations spend billions of dollars every year trying to optimize their systems, yet year after year they find themselves putting out the exact same recurring fires. As the author Ben Aronovich points out, the inherent flaw with troubleshooting is that trouble usually shoots back. To understand exactly why our solutions fail so spectacularly, we have to map out the 3 distinct stages of a bad fix. Stage 1 is blindness. Before you can solve a problem, you have to actually perceive it, and human organizations are surprisingly bad at this. The Iceberg of Ignorance, introduced by Sidney Yoshida in 1989, shows how knowledge of problems is unevenly distributed across a hierarchy. Top-level management sees only 4% of issues, while frontline employees possess a comprehensive 100% understanding. The data gap is only half the issue. Even when people do have full visibility of a problem, they often deploy the Ostrich Effect. The Ostrich Effect is a cognitive bias where people actively avoid negative but highly useful information. They essentially bury their heads in the sand to dodge the psychological discomfort of facing a difficult issue. By structurally hiding 96% of the problem and psychologically ignoring the rest, organizations guarantee that small issues will silently fester and mutate. Eventually, the pain gets too sharp to ignore. When organizations finally look at the festering problem, they almost always measure the wrong variables. They fall victim to the frequency illusion, also known as recency bias. This is a mental glitch where your brain hyperfixates on information or approaches it has only recently learned about. Because a specific symptom is fresh in their minds, decision-makers become actively blind to historically significant or complex underlying factors. The river of waste analogy shows how fixating on surface-level symptoms dictates how a business allocates its resources. Instead of lowering the water level to expose jagged root causes, organizations implement superficial solutions that only address the visible waves. Treating the visible symptoms while ignoring the hidden rocks guarantees the problem will recur, setting the stage for a disastrous intervention. Armed with incomplete data and a superficial diagnosis, organizations enter the final stage. They take action, usually with catastrophic results. Knowing, the journalist H.L. Mencken famously noted that for every complex problem, there is an answer that is clear, simple, and entirely wrong. The ultimate historical example of this trap happened in colonial India, leading to what is now known as the Cobra Effect. The British government wanted fewer venomous cobras in the city of Delhi. Their seemingly logical solution was to offer a cash bounty for every dead snake brought to them. Instead of hunting wild cobras, enterprising citizens began actively breeding them in captivity to continuously collect the lucrative government reward money. When officials realized they were paying for farmed snakes, they canceled the financial reward. The breeders, stuck with baskets of suddenly worthless reptiles, simply released them into the wild. By failing to map out human incentives, the government's simple solution actively manufactured a much larger wild cobra population than existed before the intervention began. The Cobra Effect represents the inevitable destiny of any organization operating with the Iceberg of Ignorance and the Ostrich Effect. To truly solve complex problems, leaders have to actively fight their own psychological instincts and dismantle the structural biases baked into their companies. You have to bridge the gap between frontline realities and top management, forcing yourself to uncover the hidden 96% of the data. It means embracing the discomfort of lowering that river of waste to systematically expose the jagged root causes holding you back.